Hi and welcome. Let's dive right in. Today we're going to talk about high ticket pricing. Specifically, how should I price my high ticket services? That is the number one question I get from coaches, from consultants, from attorneys, chiropractors, dentists, personal trainers, and yoga instructors. How much should I charge for my high ticket offer? Here's the thing. When it comes to the investment to work with you in your business, there's no perfect price point. It all comes down to the value that you think you bring to the marketplace and your mindset. It all comes down to shifting from charging based on your time, charging based on how hard you think you're working, to creating a premium package that solves your client's problems, the problem that she wants to solve today. So you create a package that takes all the powerful elements of the work that you do to put together in one container that's going to take it from where she is now here in her business or her relationship or her life or her health, and get her to the point that she wants to go to, the solution she wants to create, the exponential results that she wants to create, without having her to go through 36 different funnels, 36 different steps. Just a simple 5 or 6 or 7 step, system in a package that gets her from point A to point B without overwhelm. So there's no kitchen sink here. It's not an Amazon warehouse. It's just what she needs. Because if you give her an Amazon warehouse, it's going to be complete overwhelm. She wants simplicity. She wants ease. She wants to get there as fast as she can. She wants to pay for it. She wants it to stretch her. And she wants to be in a different position in her life, in her health, in her relationship, in her business, in her income, in her impact, and her profits at the end of working with you. Okay? So here we go. That exponential result comes from value. It has nothing to do with the time you spend with a client. The bottom line is that the value that you're sharing in the marketplace is determined by you. Okay? It's not based on the hours. So let's say you have a sales intensive with a client and it's a 2-hour intensive and your hourly rate is $600 an hour. That doesn't mean the intensive is $1,200. That's not the price of your intensive. That's you pricing by the hour. The price of your intensive or your coaching program, your 6-month or your consulting package, your 12-month consulting package, your 6-month coaching program, or 1-day VIP intensive is based on the future value of the work and the transformation that you're creating with your client today. So let's back up. I'm not talking about value based on the time you spend in those 6 months or the time you spent here today. It's the lifetime value to your client. Or in basic accounting terms, it's the future value of the service and the transformation in 6 months, in 1 year, in 2 years, in 5 years. Basically, how much revenue and profits is this 2 hours with you going to create in her business in 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years? That's the value of your work. It has nothing to do with the time. It has nothing to do with how many months. It has nothing to do with how hard you're working. It has everything to do with how the transformation is going to help her to create what she wants in her business, in her life, in her relationships, and in her health. It's the total revenue and profits that what we did here today or during the relationship is going to generate for her over the next 5 years. So let's say I work with a client in my VIP sales intensive. It's a 1-day intensive and it's $10,000. So the price, the $10,000 is not based on the 7 hours or the 6.5 hours that we spend together for that 1 day. It's not based on the pre-work that we do before the intensive, and it's not based on the post-work we do after the intensive. It's not based on any of the things we do. It's only based on the value that she creates from this work we do. The transformation in her mindset, the way she looks at sales, how she shows up in the conversation, the power and energy that she shows up with to confidently say how much it costs to work with her. Now she can sell a $5,000 package, a $25,000 package, a $50,000 package, a $100,000 package. What is the amount of those profits and revenue worth to her in 5 years, in 3 years, in 2 years? How many clients is she going to get from our work together today over the next year? And how is she going to show up in her mindset? How is she going to think when it comes to her money, to her boundaries, to her worth? How much is all of that going to play into the container that I've created for her to take her from where she wants to be to where she wants to go? Yes, it's 7 hours or maybe 6 hours, but that has absolutely nothing to do with the price. Because you know what? When I look at that transformation and I see that she's going to confidently say the price to the investment to work with me is $25,000 and it's just going to come out like past the salt, that is priceless. Because the way she thinks, the way she carries herself, the boundaries that she creates, the people that she associates with, and the level that she gets to after working with me, that's the value. Who she's going to work with, her new ideal clients, her new premium clients, her marketing message, who is she going to speak to? Where in the journey is she going to be when she's done working with me? The future value of the transformation she gets in those 7 hours is way more powerful than all the work and all the time that I put into that. She cannot pay me for the value that she gets, but I have to put a number on it. And that number could be 10,000 or 25, because it's a drop in the bucket compared to the return on investment that she's getting. And that's how you price, okay? The lifetime value, or in accounting terms, the future value of the transformation that your client is going to receive. And this is different from, I'm not talking here about, let's not confuse this with the client or customer life value. And that is the total number of revenue or profits that you get from working with your client. This is different. This is on the flip side, it's pricing. It's the lifetime value of the work and the container that you create for your client. How it's going to transform them in their health, how their habits are going to change. Is she going to drink water? Is she going to go running every day? Is she going to think before she puts the sugar in her mouth? Does she have new tools and habits to support her so she never has to go on another diet and she can be slim and sexy for life if that's what she wants in her health? In her relationship, does she have the tools to communicate with her partner in a way that helps the relationship to thrive over the next 10, 15, 20 years because of the time that she spent with you? And that is how we price. When I work with clients, that's how we price. It has nothing to do with a formula or a funnel or where they are. It always has to do with meeting the client where the client is in her journey, identifying what she wants, identifying what you're selling, looking at how what you're selling is going to support her where she is in her journey right now, and the best container to take her from where she is right now to where she wants to be with the least amount of struggle, the least amount of hustle, the least amount of stress, and just create the transformation she wants in a way that has nothing to do with a kitchen sink on Amazon warehouse and everything to do with the results that she wants to create. And when you do that, you're able to walk into your sales conversation with your back held high, your head held high, confident, and you can say your price because you know what that is worth to your client today, in 6 months, in 1 year, and in 5 months. So bottom line, use the lifetime value, the future value of the transformation to your client. Doesn't matter if you're an attorney, a consultant, a coach, a chiropractor, your service, you need to know what you do, how you do it. You need to know your systems. You use that knowledge, that wisdom, applied to her situation, create the vehicle, the best one that's going to take her to where she needs to go, and price based on the future value of what you are putting out in the marketplace. Well, my name is Mimi Dabo, and I'm excited to share these high-ticket nuggets with you. Come back, and the next video, we'll talk some more.